no matter how many hours I study today, I'll never be as smart as Albert Einstein.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how many hours of basketball I play a day, I'll never be able to play like Michael Jordan. You know, we're unequal. You know?
Okay.
And so my belief is that you have to find your niche and you got to pursue that, and all that trying to hold somebody back so this guy doesn't feel like he's stunted or he's the victim here. That's how you, for one, that's how you create like a bitterness, and you're holding people back to help these out. You know, that's
okay.
Back the best of what
So
you
you want to encourage like a more competitive atmosphere.
Well, yeah, competition. Yeah, competition is healthy. Competition is life.
It could be anything, just something that you're passionate about, or something you're fairly certain is true.
You put it on like a YouTube, or what do you?
Yes, not all of them make it to YouTube, but some of the more interesting talks do. Yeah.
Okay. Let me think.
Are you okay if I record it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I usually put it down until you guys are good with it.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I can give you some more examples if you're.
No, I got one. I don't believe in inequality. I don't believe in equality.
Don't believe in equality.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That'll be the first time I did that, so that'll be interesting. All right.
And so, do you do prompt questions, or what do we do now?
So I'm just gonna ask questions.
Okay.
So what do you mean by equality? How do
Humans
you
are
define
born
it?
unequal. There's no such thing as equality.
Okay.
Education breeds inequality. Circumstances breed inequality. Genetics breed inequality. I mean, there's no such thing as equality.
Okay. So you're saying that
like the whole racial, gender, all those, there's no such thing as equality.
So it's people aren't given. It's an illusion that people are given a fair shake.
It's a utopian dogma that our schools and our churches and everything teach you, but there's no such thing as that.
Okay. Now, do you believe that equality, it doesn't actually exist, but is it your stance that we shouldn't strive for it as well?
No, there's
okay.
For what? I believe I'm more Darwinian in the way I think. The strong survive, and that's not all physical strength. You know, there's different forms of strength. My best example I can use is, no matter how many hours I study today, I'll never be as smart as Albert Einstein.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how many hours of basketball I play a day, I'll never be able to play like Michael Jordan. You know, we're unequal. You know?
Okay.
And so my belief is that you have to find your niche and you got to pursue that, and all that trying to hold somebody back so this guy doesn't feel like he's stunted or he's the victim here. That's how you, for one, that's how you create like a bitterness, and you're holding people back to help these out. You know, that's
okay.
Back the best of what
so you want to encourage like a more competitive atmosphere.
Well, yeah, competition. Yeah, competition is healthy. Competition is life. I mean, since we started and we were all millions and millions of sperm coming out of our dads, we were competing for that egg. We won. You know. And so, yeah, I mean, competition is life. Competition is nature. Competition is everything.
Do you think that cooperation could be a form of competition, in the sense that if we all work together, we could overcome the other group? Or do you think it should be straight to the individual where...
No, well, it's group always.
Okay.
I mean, we're humans, we're social animals. I mean, we are mammals, you know, we need a pack. Even our outsiders or the nonconformists, they still pack up with people like themselves. You know, yes, that's how we achieve a higher goal, is by using, you know, partner up.
Okay.
But it's usually with people that are like-minded or like you, come from similar circumstances, similar education, similar ethnic groups. I mean, it's just, well, it's natural selection.
Okay. If it could be shown to you that the practice of pursuing equality gives a group a competitive advantage, would you be would that matter, or would you still not think equality is
how
worth
would
it?
you do that? It's
But if it could be,
if it could, I mean, that's it's just like, that's almost like saying if I could show you how communism works, we're all equal. So, but there's practice, a working practice is the model. You know, something has to work before you can say an idea is great. I would love to step out and say, you know, today I'm gonna fly.
Okay,
It's
so you'd
not
have to
real.
see it work first.
Yeah.
What does a working model of equality look like?
A working model of equality is equality of opportunity, maybe. But even still, it's not. Anytime you try to equal the playing field, anytime you try to equal the playing field, you're holding somebody back. Say you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Okay. Somebody in your lineage put that spoon there. Not everybody in your social group, your family line, was wealthy. Somebody stepped out there, took the risk, got the reward. If it was by hook, crook, whatever they did, they got that. Now, their hard work pays off for later generations. You can't hold that against a rich man for being rich.
Okay.
You know, everybody wants something that they don't have. It's all about envy. But somewhere, say a rich man, he was never worked a day in his life. He doesn't have to. His great grandfather made all his money in the oil field, whatever it was. His great grandfather made that, so his great grandson could do that.
Okay.
And so there's no, we have no right to his great grandfather's work.
So I want to clarify something. Are you saying that you believe in the equality of opportunity, everyone having the opportunity to do that, but you don't necessarily believe that everyone has a default right to have such and such? So, like, I think that's what that's called is equal. There's equal opportunity and there's equal outcome. Like, you can't all have.
Outcome is a terrible thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because then you're finding the median. You're finding the middle ground. You're taking the highest guy and bringing him down. You're taking those guys and bringing them up. So your greatest. Okay, like, have you ever read anything on IQ or anything?
Not a lot, but I know that it's a good indicator of success.
People that change the world have an IQ of 140 plus, genius status. Those are your Da Vinci's, those are your Elon Musk, that's a genius status, and you're above 140. That's only like 0.23 of the population.
Okay.
So the rest of us, we're just mediocre, man. We're just here, just trying to make it, go to work, pay our bills. So anytime that you hold anything back, hold on a second. Anytime that you hold anyone back, you have the potential to hurt the higher ones.
Okay.
And there's no such thing as equality. And I think once people understand your status, a lot more people will be happy. Back to what we were talking about, equality of opportunity. We all have equal opportunity because we're all born.
If someone were to say, I don't believe in equality of opportunity, and if I cheat to win, then that's just a niche that I have. Would they be justified in pursuing that because it gives them an advantage?
I'll tell you this. There's a whole rule. You can do whatever you want as long as you can get away with it. And that's life. Yeah, morals and ethics and everything are things we ascribe to ourselves, or whatever religious beliefs we have puts that on us. Let me ask you this. Same scenario. We're all mammals. Humans are mammals, right? We're animals. You believe that? A lion eats a deer. That's evil for the deer. It's good for the lion. Right? When you say that, the deer thinks it's evil. The deer thinks it's evil. The lion's like, hey, I'm alive now.
One's preferable and one's not preferable.
Yes.
Okay.
It's all perspective. If we would have been raised in a society where the third child, if you were raised from birth to believe that the third child always was going to be a priest, third child no matter what, that would be your moral belief, because that's the way you were raised. As a society, that was our norm, that was our goal, and that's what we would pursue. And so anybody that we stepped out of that society and, oh, their third child can do whatever he wants, that's not right. You know, it's...
So if someone, like, let's say someone snatched up your dog,
Yes.
and they put it into a fighting ring because they wanted to they wanted to practice for some other dogs,
Yes.
and it was like survival of the fittest.
Okay.
Would you have any moral objection to that?
Yeah, because it's my dog. And the whole point is, it's like, these are heavy questions that we're doing in a 10-minute interview that they require like a lot more philosophy, and I'm definitely not no 140 IQ guy, so I don't have all the answers. But if someone has the ability, not police, not let's say there's no morals, say we're in a moralist society, and someone has the ability to snatch my dog away from me, they did that. That's their right. As nature's law declares, that's their right. But they have to have that ability to snatch that dog from me.
Would you prefer to live in that society versus a society that...
We are in that society, man. Strong still survive. We are here. It's just now we put a lot more rules on it, words. Like, the government is the biggest bully of everybody. But we all pay money to them. You know, it's like, okay. Like, society nature hadn't changed. It's always strong survive. And like I said earlier, strength isn't just physical. Strength isn't just mental. Strength is being able to snatch somebody's dog and get away with it. That's a form of strength. I take your dog, you didn't know it was me. You know?
Right.
It's a form of strength. We may not admire that strength, but it is a form of strength. If I can lie and cheat and get everything I want out of life, I have a strength there. Now, I didn't say that morally. I don't agree with it. But it doesn't change the fact that that's.
Yeah. So I guess the difference would be the reality of the situation and how our rights or what we think should or shouldn't be could be taken away, and then there's the what we prefer. So if someone might say, I prefer to live in a society where everyone recognizes there's no rule and we don't really adhere to anything morally speaking. Or would I want to live in a group or society that does have some sort of rights and something we hold to give us that a competitive advantage to survive?
Yeah, well, and the equality doesn't take all the rules out. I mean, there are, it's ingrained to protect your young. That's a natural instinct. Me and you are both Caucasians, right? Naturally, instinctively, I'm going to, in a group of people, say there's a room full of black people or Mexicans or whatever, I'm going to naturally gravitate toward you. I don't know you. I don't know them, but I naturally gravitate toward you. We can say what we want. We can try to put all these politically correct disclaimers on it and everything, but that's just how it is. 8 out of 10 times, that's what's going to happen because we feel most comfortable with our own. In a society, we established our own rules so we can all live together. It's not about an equal playing field or anything like that. It's about we live together. In my tribe, say this is my society, my utopian society. There are going to be rules. There will be rules because the strong survive and the strong set the rules for the weak.
What is the difference between a rule that we set to help us get along and survive in a group and equality?
Equality, my whole dilemma from the very first was, I don't believe people are equal. I don't believe.
Right.
I believe we're all born unequal, and I don't believe in setting parameters to try to force people to be equal.
So no rules
On equality, human equality.
Because it doesn't support competitiveness. Is that right?
Well, no, it just doesn't.
Ooh, it's a fluffy dog.
It
Cool.
just doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't support the best. It doesn't support competitiveness. It doesn't support pushing people to be higher. It doesn't support people to pursue their highest. It's just, and it's not like, and I know it sounds like I'm coming off as some, it's not that way. If you let things fall in their natural place, people are a lot more happy, or I feel like they are. And that's my opinion, of course.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
hard, man.
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. So last question, we can wrap it up because it's a little over 10 minutes. If you were mistaken about equality hindering competitiveness, what would you look for to indicate that, assuming you were wrong?
Let's do something in the physical arena. Okay, you can run a 4.3 in the 40. All right, I run a 6.6. In the pursuit of equality, they need you to wear a 100-pound vest when you run.
Oh, that's a good clarification. So let's take out equality of outcome. We don't want to like make it so we're
okay.
even.
So
Let's say
just
equality of opportunity. Is that and oh, okay. So you're saying you actually are for equality of opportunity, just not equality of outcome.
We all have equality of opportunity, regardless if, say, Lord forbid, you were born with no legs, you were still born. You understand? We all have that opportunity. How come so many people? I've seen hundreds of people that have a disability that are successful in life. I've seen people that have had all the cards in their favor fail. We all, when you're born, we're all equal. Like it doesn't matter. You were born in a single parent household, and your mother was a drug addict or whatever. There's people that have rose above those odds. It doesn't, like, in a great society, we'd be able to help everybody, give everybody the equal starting field. That's not how it is. That's not real life. That's not reality. You know, and so we do have equality of opportunity. We're all born. You know, I mean, that's it. That's your equality of opportunity. We're alive. That's it.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is we all have that choice, that will to do something, and that's what you mean about the equality of opportunity.
Yeah.
But would you go as far as to say that we don't all have a fair shake in the sense that someone who's rich doesn't have the same, has more of the
more of advantage? But somebody put them there, and instead of trying to take away from them, somebody, and even if they didn't put themselves there, they were born rich. Okay, so what? Somebody put them there. Somebody in their lineage put them in that position. You know, and so somebody worked hard there, or they stole a bunch of, or they did something. They put their family there. They set their family there.
How does being put somewhere justify you being there?
There's no justification.
Okay.
We're born. We were born on this planet. If we'd have been born in China, we'd have different circumstances.
Okay.
If I was born in the 1800s, I'd have different circumstances. You know.
Yeah.
There is no justifying. But it is our will to live, our right, or really our duty as just being on this planet to make the best of our opportunities.
Okay.
And that's the whole thing, is that if you see somebody, and it usually, like, all these pursuits of equal opportunity and all that are because somebody's jealous. Oh, he's got his daddy owns this business and he got a 6-figure job as soon as he got out of high school. If you don't like that, start your own business and do that for your child.
I think what you're saying is, for someone to view the world as expecting to be fair, they are mistaken, because it's clearly not.
It's not
and
fair.
The only fairness we see is a result of a rule that we have to help us.
Yeah.
In the long run, or something like that.
Yeah. There's no such thing as fairness, of course. We can say we won't. How can somebody? I knew this good family, husband and wife, and I know we're over time, but I knew this husband and wife, beautiful people, loving hearts. Every one of their children, they got 3 children, every one of them was born with some kind of disorder. One of them has autism, one of them has multiple sclerosis, one of them was born with one arm. Like there's some, and these are beautiful people, man. How's that not fair? I know some real piece of shits, man, that got 3 or 4 beautiful children. How's that not fair, you know?
Yeah.
We can't apply fairness to nature. Like, this is just, the fairness is that we're alive, and the alternative is not to be alive, you know?
Yeah, I think in these discussions there's a rift between what's factually there,
Yes.
that it's just things are not fair in nature, and then there's the human impulse for fairness.
Yes.
And those are two different things, so it
Yes.
could be a little tricky navigating that conversation.
Yeah, humans, we like to assign patterns, and we like to assign, in our mind, we like to put people in categories, especially males. We like to categorize everything. We like to box everything up. Good, bad, evil, good, smart, funny. You know, we like to box everything up. Well, that's not life, though. You know, there's some bad guys that are hilarious. There's some good people that are idiots. You know, this what, you know, I know some of my best friends are very thuggish, but I like them better than I like these squares over here. You know, and it's just how it is. I mean, you can't. There's so many variables you can't assign like right or wrong or this and that. And there is such a thing as right or wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there's, you know, not on full Nietzsche. There's beyond good and evil, but
It's very complicated.
yes, life is. I mean, we're humans. We're walking, talking. You got a computer on your chest right now, videoing me. I mean, this is pretty serious stuff going on.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
and so it's not. When you start trying to assign too many things to it, and this is the last thing I'll say, and then you can speak on your last. I know you have to do your closing statement or whatever, but
Oh, I don't do closing statements.
Okay,
I
well-
just shake your hand.
yes, well, there's so many things that sound so good in philosophy.
Hmm.
Yes, it'd be great to wake up in a world. None of us had to go to work. We all had abundant food on our table, and we all wore the nicest clothes and lived in huge houses. It's great utopia. Okay, that sounds good in philosophy, but is that real life? Is it real life? Because if we all were equal, will we truly be happy? Because sometimes it's not having this, whatever it is, even if it's something like that, it's attaining that. That's where you get your happiness from. I set a goal. I like to work out. Say my goal is I want to bench press 305 in 6 weeks. I set that goal. Now, if I could just automatically walk in the gym, we all walked in the gym, and we're all able to bench press 305. That takes my hard work and my strain and everything out to pursue that goal. It takes away from me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I struggled for 6 weeks. I followed these programs, and I hit 305. It means more to me than if you just can just walk in there and hit 305.
So, like, if someone were disabled and they had a hard time walking, and after 10 years they finally conditioned themselves to walk, but they see other people doing it, you know, next to them,
Yeah.
that would take away from their achievement?
No, of course not, man.
Okay.
Because it's, I mean, like their achievement, which one's more? You know, which one means more to them? I've been walking since I was, you know,
Yeah.
18 months or whatever it is.
Oh, I think what you were saying when you were talking about working out is if we all could do
If
that.
we could do it without the struggle,
I gotcha.
you know, if we were all born rich,
And that's what makes it so significant for that.
is the struggle.
Okay, I
Is
gotcha.
the struggle. It's the. You ever watch the Nature Channel?
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you ever watched? Okay.
Yeah.
You see these animals struggling for life, and they make it. You know, and it's something great. You know, you feel like, man, that's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's life, man. You know, that's what we're doing. We're pursuing that goal. We're pursuing that higher plane, and
That's how we got here.
yeah, and that breeds inequality. I mean, that's where it all comes in. The equality opportunity is being born, and that's it. If you
Yeah.
can't walk, I notice you have glasses. Me and you can't see. We see different. I've got good vision. Something's wrong with your vision. You have to. That don't make us unequal. It just makes us different. You know, like, I mean, there's just it's
Yeah.
so funny, man. But I said all that bunch of words to say that I still don't. I mean, there is no such thing as equality. There never will be. And once we accept that, I believe we'll all be able to pursue a higher plane.
Okay. All right, man. I appreciate
Yes,
the talk.
sir. Thank you.
What was your name?
Abraham.
Abraham? Eddie.
Yes, Eddie. Okay,
Yeah.
Eddie. Thank you.
I got a card.
Hey, let me-
If you ever wanted to reach out or
Okay.
check out the YouTube channel.
Okay. Awesome, man. I appreciate it, Eddie.
Thank you.
Thank you.